Star Trek Discovery will end with season 5. I'm not sad about it. This is probably more of a financial decision more than a ratings decision.
Is this better than the J.J. Abrams movies?
No. The J.J. Abrams movies are way better than the TV show.
Oh, yeah. That's
those
probably
are
why
pretty
I
cool.
got into it.
His movies were actually cool.
Yeah, they were good, yeah.
And the reason why is probably, like I said, more of a financial decision than a ratings decision because they're merging with Showtime, Paramount Plus is.
Right.
And they've got to cut some stuff. And it makes sense to cut a show that's been on the air for 5 seasons because it's more expensive. And it's also not a fan favorite.
Yeah, that's the real reason right there. I don't think it's finance. I think it's no ratings.
They were trying to do like Game of Thrones in space, and that's not what Star Trek is. I can watch Game of Thrones if I want Game of Thrones.
Right.
I could sit here and bash Discovery all day because I tried to give it multiple chances, and it seems like they try to do a soft reboot every season, but they just couldn't get it right. They just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it seemed like you were always hopeful when the trailer for the season came.
Yeah.
And how many seasons again?
5.
I mean, isn't like more than 3 getting it right though?
Well, a lot of shows these days are getting multiple season startups.
Yeah.
Paramount's whole thing is they're trying to rebuild the Star Trek IP, and so they were investing in Discovery. They just didn't get it right for a lot of Star Trek fans. It just wasn't Star Trek. It was very doom and gloom, and so I could sit here and bash it, but I'm going to say the one good thing that I liked, but there were good moments, right? You had Doug Jones, who played Saru. He was a fantastic character and actor. Mm-hmm. Overall, I'm happy that it happened because that's how we got Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is a new series going into its 2nd season. And that show gets it right because at some point they brought in these characters on Discovery and people gravitated to these characters. So they were like a beacon of light in this dark, dark environment that they had built. And so they realized, oh, people like these characters. Let's spin off a show that has to do with these characters. We wouldn't have had that had they not been on Star Trek Discovery. The writers and creators of Star Trek Strange New Worlds said, let's go back to the formula of what works, has been working this entire time. Wouldn't you know it, when you try something that's tried and true and it works out? Isn't that crazy? Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel?
Exactly.
But anyway, so I'm kind of glad it's ending, and I hope they use that money to build up Strange New Worlds. And I got to say, I'm loving Star Trek Picard. Like I said, Terry, you got to get a few more episodes left and the series ends, and if you do a good job, you might get a little something special from me.
The only thing kind of...
Oh, where's the camera?
I'm terrified.
I don't like that you looked at me.
I did. I don't know why I looked at Sig with it.